Hello there, friends, and welcome back to more Bravely Default. Last time, we infiltrated Stark Fort, the headquarters of the Swordbearers, in search of a young boy named Egil. But we found ourselves face to face with Salvemaker Kata instead. We put him down and obtained the Salvemaker Asterisk, and in this episode, we're going to be continuing our search for Egil. But, of course, first things first, let's tackle Narende. So, we obtained the Physical Defense Up and Physical Defense Down special move parts from the Valley Parts shop, and we obtained the Alarm Earrings from the Accessories shop, and a few gifts from the Trader, and the Combat Item shop, and the Compound shop. First up on the list today, we're going to be upgrading the Compound shop for some glitter bugs. And second up on the list, we're going to be upgrading the Hill Parts shop for the light special move parts. While we're sorting through our menus here, I did go ahead and put White Magic as Ring a Bell's job command instead of Miscellany, as we're not going to need Examine right now. And Salvemaker actually does have fairly decent mind, so he can be a bit more of a heal bot now, similar to when he was on Knight. Because of this change, I am actually going to be equipping the Mithril Staff on him to increase his mind at least slightly more, instead of the Ripper, as I'm not really going to be using him as a physical attacker. All that preparation out of the way, let's get moving forward. So, this is our debut fight for the Salvemaker. So, let's see what this job has for us. The Salvemaker's main gimmick is their compounding, where they can obtain a special effect by combining two items. This is where the materials we have obtained from enemies come in handy, as we can use them for the Salvemaker's compounding ability. For example, let's say we combine two beast livers. This will give us a beast vim, which will raise physical attack by 30% for 4 turns on a single party member. Let's go ahead and throw this on Idia. And then, if we compound again, let's compound an ether and a high potion. This will give us a quarter elixir, which will restore 2500 HP and 250 MP. Let's throw that on Idia as well. And then we're going to have everyone else default. There's the snap, slow parry, not bad. Salvemaker is a little slow, so we do have to wait for his action here. There's the Beast Vim for the attack bonus, and there's the quarter elixir. Thanks to Salvemaker's specialty, Healing Lore, the effects of certain healing abilities are doubled. So, instead of 2500 HP restored, he restores 5000. And you double the MP restorative as well. It's quite effective. It doesn't, Healing Lore does not affect items like the Beast Vim that we have on Idia, which gave her the physical attack bonus. It's just healing abilities. So keep that in mind. And it also makes it to where Salvemaker actually does have fairly decent healing, because Healing Lore does account for healing magic. So, Ring a Bell's in a much more supportive role than he's been in a while. Although, in other news, we gained a level up for Agnes, and Ring a Bell learned First Aid. Let's take a quick look at that as we continue. First Aid. Restore HP to the ally with the lowest HP at the end of the turn. Note that this ability can even be used in the silent state. This is basically a panic heal at the very end of a turn, especially if you're using strategies that have most of your teammates, or at least one, drop their HP to do an attack. It's a nice little safety net. Let's check out how much healing Ring a Bell can do. He fully healed Agnes from half HP there on a single target cure. That's enough to be kind of like a post-battle heal. That'll work out. Salvemaker doesn't really have anything too crazy outside of their compounding ability, but there are some neat tools in their toolkit, that I will be pointing out. But for the most part, compounding is going to be Ring a Bell's main gimmick while he's in this job. Unfortunately, it's hard to get any real use out of compounding in regular fights without wasting resources and Peeg, but he will be seeing use in boss fights or encounters that I really need help with. There we go. But for the most part, in terms of random encounters, our strategy will not change all that much. Everyone's now level 37, And Ringabel's already almost job level 3 on Salvemaker. Yeah, it's actually much easier to level up jobs in this point in the game, as the JP we're obtaining is quite high. So reaching later levels, like job level 5 to 8, is very quick. There's a treasure chest right here. We were told by Ari and Ringabel that the right side of Stark's Fort is where we would ideally find Egil, as the left side was where Kata was hiding. Thankfully, we took down Kata, so now that we're exploring the right side of the area, perhaps this is where Egil actually is. We're getting all these bonuses because we're sweeping these enemies, and Ringabel learned Experiment after gaining job level 3. Let's open up this chest and then take a quick look at that. Ice Brand, ooh. There really isn't anyone who can really benefit from the Ice Brand other than Agnes, but I don't want to lower her mind stat any further than it already is. She's a red mage, she's not really going to be healing all that much, but I don't want to equip that on her. In other news though, let's take a look at Experiment. Transform a consumable item into an attack item. So you can turn stuff like a high potion into an attack item. It's pretty effective, but again, it runs on a consumable, so make sure you actually have enough of that item to help not run out of things for the Salvemaker to use.
Hey! There he is! Are you alright?
Who are you?
You're safe now. We'll get you out of here. So you're Egil, huh?
That's right. Who are you?
We've come to help you.
Really? I was going to see the fire vestal. What was that about the fire vestal?
Let's talk later. We have to get him to safety first.
Rescuing Egil. Whew, am I glad to know he's safe. Indeed, and he owes his safety to your bold action, 'tis. Bold and foolish, I should say. I cannot deny that it was right to save the boy's life. But you have a higher calling, 'tis. The crystal's awakening hinges in part upon you. Speaking of which, just what do you suppose his connection to the Fire Vestal was? He's out cold. Not that I can blame him after all that. Hey, wake up, kid! You're our one clue here! Hey! Ari, stop that. At least let him rest until we arrive in Heartschild. Come on, Ari. You know the boy's tired. But, I think it's best if we, make ourselves scarce here in, Starkport. We don't want to stay here any longer than we have to. Fortunately, they confused Idia there. So, we might not kill them as quick as I want them to. So I guess this gives us a chance to show off another one of Ringabel's attack abilities. Let's use some compounding. And let's throw 2 Fulmin shards at them. This will create a Pantheon's Wrath, which is a very strong version of a Thunder spell. This gives Ringabel a lot of utility, being able to kind of just craft elemental orbs to throw at his opponents. We also obtained a Flame Charm, which will mitigate certain fire attacks. There we go. But now that we're in our menu, let's make ourselves scarce and get out of here. I will see you guys back at Heartschild.
That was close. I made the right call drinking that concoction to fake my death. It seems the Vestal was convinced of my demise. The world is indeed full of fools. Now, it is time I left this wretched place.
So you flee again, do you?
But of course, I do what I must to survive, by any means necessary. As long as I survive, I am confident my fortunes will be reversed. After all, who but I can create weapons with the power to kill tens of thousands in one fell blow? And once I am ready, I will obliterate you all! The sword bearers and shield bearers, the Vestal, and even the Black Blades! And then, the world shall be... mine?
Not the world of the living.
On our way back to Heartschild, Ring a Bell gained another job level and learned Attack Item Amp support ability. Attack Item Amp. Raise the damage dealt by attack items to 1.5 times normal. This is actually quite useful, especially if you're going to be compounding items to be more aggressive as a salve maker, by making things like the Pantheon's Wrath that we saw earlier. We're now back at Heartschild, so let's get Egil to safety.
Here at last! That was a risky move, but we made it back all right.
Here, here. It's not like 'tis to go out on a limb like that. But we survived, and that's what counts.
The Vestal. He must be exhausted. He's sound asleep. You did well to carry him on your back all this way, Tiz. You must be tired too.
I'm fine.
More importantly, this boy may know of a way into the Temple of Fire. We should ask him now. Don't you agree, Agnes?
I do, if that is true.
First, let's head to Commander Goodman's residence and give the boy a chance to rest.
Been a long journey. Tiz carried him across halfway across a continent on his back. Man's got some muscle.
Egil, you're alive.
Do you know this boy?
His parents were part of our household guard. They lost their lives 3 years ago protecting my husband. We hadn't heard from Egil since then. To think that he had been forced to work in the Mithril mine.
Mrs. Goodman, could we ask you to look after Egil here for a while? We can't take him with us where we're going.
Yes, of course.
He's awake. Where am I? I have to hurry.
Hurry where?
The Fire Vestal asked me to help. I have to go. Where is this? Where am I?
Wait, Egil! Egil.
Thank you for rescuing me, but I have to go back to the Mithril mine.
Weaver captured the mine from the sword bearers. You don't have to work there anymore. All your friends have been freed.
I still have to go back.
Go back where?
Does this have something to do with the Fire Vestal, Egil? That's right. Did you meet her? No, I've never met her before, but I sometimes see her in my dreams. I really do. She always seems sad and tells me, go to the deepest tunnel. Lead the wind there.
The wind?
The deepest tunnel? Does it lead somewhere?
Yes,
Who are you?
she is the Wind Vestal.
What? That means... This tunnel may lead into the Temple of Fire. Even in death, it seems the Fire Vestal is trying to fulfill her duty through Egil's dreams. I must see this done. I must. Egil, show me the way to this tunnel. Got it! Leave it to me!
Wait! Egil's in no state to go anywhere.
Hey! Why do you object, Tiz?
Because it's dangerous.
Tiz,
How is Egil?
he's asleep at last. Idia is with him now. Agnes and Eri are in a huff.
We couldn't let Egil take them into the mine. It's too dangerous.
You know, ever since we found Egil, you've stopped having your nightmares, Tiz.
Huh? Really? I'll leave Egil in your capable hands.
Understood. Be careful out there.
Where is Egil now?
He's holed up in his room. He won't let anyone in.
We can't take him with us. Even so.
No matter. I've questioned him thoroughly about the location of this passageway.
Let's set out then.
Tiz does have a point. We've seen the monsters down there in the Mithril Mine. Egil might just be a burden. Welcome, Lady Vestal. I fear my husband is out, but he would want you to make yourself at home. Man, you don't even allow free inns? Unfortunate. If we look around the Goodman residence, we can find some items here. A kunai, which we don't really... It's a dagger, so there's not really any good use for it. We haven't really messed around in Heartschild or the Goodman residence, so I just wanted to go ahead and get it out of the way here. Bottom left here is a Gale hairpin, which I don't think we've actually seen one of those before. It's an ornament that raises allies' first strike rate. So, if you are grinding enemies or just going through a dangerous dungeon, it gives you a chance of having an advantage of your opponent. But if our job is to get to the Mithril Mine and find a way into the Fire Temple, that seems like a pretty decent next stop in our journey. But I think if we are going to be tackling the Fire Temple anytime soon, that it's best if we help out Commander Goodman's army as much as we can before we set out to awaken the Fire Crystal and then move on to our next location. So, next time on Bravely Default, before we head out to the Mithril Mines, we're going to be going back to Commander Goodman and seeing if there's anything else we can do to aid him and the shield bearers in their cause. So, with that said, I'll see you soon.